Hello, everyone, to our new channel, Polymarket Today. I'm starting this channel because it kinda is amazing to me that there's like a million channels talking about stocks every day, but there are no channels that at least I can find that talk about Polymarket, which is absurd to me. Um, so I wanted to do this and pretty much every day analyze, interesting markets on Polymarket, explain what's happening there. If it's politics, then what's the political situation and the considerations, and if it's finances, doing the same. Probably won't go into sports that much because I'm not really a sports guy, but hopefully this can be helpful to everyone to kind of reach more informed decisions. And I have this cool technological trick. Ta-da! So we can dive into it. And well, because it's the first video, I thought that like, well, this has to be a funny one, right? And we just have to talk about this, like, will Jesus Christ return before 27 market? So, but we are gonna talk seriously about it, okay? Like, I know this is funny, and this is why I wanted to do this, but hopefully we can learn from every video a bit, or. So, like, let's for a second analyze this seriously. So, uh, you probably know this, but in case I put $100, right, and Jesus returns in 26, I will make 2.7K. Now, first thing I want to say is that, like, if I feel that, like, if I can guess the return of Jesus Christ, right, or the Messiah, or whatever, um, then I really feel that I should be more rich, like, than 2.7K. Really, I feel that I've deserved this. All right. But let's say, we're going to bet on a no, and then we will get $3.63. And a lot of you might think, well, this is great because basically this is free money, right? But it's not. So let's assume for a second that, by now you kind of understand the logic that your money, if you have money, right, shouldn't be sitting in your bank account doing nothing because it loses value because inflation, right? So, like, if you do that, then you're pretty objectively probably are doing the stupid thing, right? Money, like, you're paying for your money to lose value. So your money should be doing something. And there are a lot of options, right? The most common is probably like S&P 500 or things like that. And that's what you should be comparing it to also when in general using Polymarket, because a lot of the markets here are like pretty long term, right? It's like, will something happen at 26? And that's a year. And in that year, if you were to look at S&P 500, you would see something around 12%, right? So 11.8. So, if you put your money into the Jesus thing, Jesus thing, um, instead of making $3.6, it should have made 11.8. So not great. Even, by the way, and then you might say, well, the risk, but like, what is the S&P 500 risk versus Jesus returning, which is like a really weird sentence for me to say. And then I would say, like, okay, fair enough, right? Then let's look at bonds, and bonds are pretty much, let's say between 3.5 and 4.5, and if and that's the safest place your money can be at, unless you think that the US economy is kind of going bankrupt, which, okay, fair enough, right? And, if you think that, then you can probably bet on it on Polymarket, by the way. I'm pretty sure there is a market somewhere for this. Um, but. Um, but yeah, that's considered pretty safe. If you still think that Jesus Christ not returning in 26 is safer, then of course you can make this informed decision. But what I found also even funnier when looking at the whole thing is that now there is another market that is like talking about, like, what will the number of the original one be when it resolves, right? Like, will it be over 5% or not? Which I found really funny, because now you can open another one saying, like, hey, will the second market guessing the first market be like over 12% or whatever, right? Um, All right, so that's for today. I will say that, like in the future, we will have more, serious analysis and more serious markets that we're gonna look into. I just wanted to start with something funny, so not always you will get this amazing sense of humor that you saw today. But I do welcome you to join. This is what we will do at least daily, and hopefully this can help people, at least have more information of the like behind the scenes, like if there is like the market of when will the US strike Iran, so analyze like what's really happening, and at least why the numbers are probably the way they are, so hopefully people can make a more informed decision. Polymarket is amazing, like you can find good, I'm gonna call them deals for a second, right? Like underpriced things or things like that. So hopefully this will be helpful for everyone. I welcome you to join on this journey, and I will see you at the next video. Cheers.